All right, Shalom. Before I continue with this lesson, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakak Kudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect on the brother lawyer. And I teach you Great Millstone naturally come back with a quick lesson. And this lesson will be entitled, Payback is coming for you. Payback is coming for you, Esau, Edom, for what you've done to the nation of Israel, which we are the Hebrew Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics. And of course, we got Israelites that are scattered in all nations. So they're going to look like the other nations. But they're going to believe in his word, and they're going to call upon the true names, which is, Yahweh. That's who the world ignorantly calls God. Bahashem means in the name of who? His unbegotten son, whose name is Yahweh Shai. That's what they call Jesus. So in the Paleo Hebrew, which that's important, you should be calling upon his name. And so right here, this is video where I stopped there. It says the cover up. It says copped out. The camera was off. Now he's going to prison. And man, what this Edomite did to Jake was wrong per usual. But I mean, I understand, a nigga getting shot or whatever. When I say nigga, I ain't just talking about so-called black people. I'm talking about all of the nation of Israel. I don't care how you look. But yeah, so this Jake was on the ground. And you can type this in, and pretty sure you find the video. Just type in the name of the video, and this will pop up. It'll show a police officer kneeling on an Israelite's neck. No, I'm sorry. He's gonna be pressing on him. Basically, we know how they say that he's resisting, and they try to hold him down. That's what he's doing. And Salakia, my damn chip tooth, so it's cutting up against my damn jaw. But anyway, so that's what happened. But anyway, yeah, so this cop literally walks over to him and just kicks his fucking head like it's a football. And, he got indicted for it, and it took months, almost, of course, a year for them to do something. But, of course, with the little, what they call it, body cameras that they have, the little video, because it wasn't too long of a video. You can see the cop clear as they do it, and the other cop tells him no, like no. You know what I mean? It wasn't really loud enough, but he did it calmly. He was like no, and before then, the guy just kicks Jake in the face, which wasn't cool because he was already complying and shit. So it's gonna be done unto you. All right. So I'm gonna start with this. First Thessalonians. No, I'm in Ecclesiastes. Hold on. Let's get and this ain't gonna be a long lesson. Or is it Second Thessalonians? Yes, Second Thessalonians. Give me 1 second. If I can find it, what's going on? All right, so, yep. Second Thessalonians 1 verse 6. It says God will vindicate them. And it says, seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. So the Lord is going to get payback on these other nations for what they've done to the nation of Israel, especially Esau, Edom. The cup is going to pass unto him. It says, and to you who are troubled, rest with us when the Lord Yahweh Shai shall be revealed from heaven with the mighty angels in flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not God and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach. So even Israelites will be caught up in that. Wicked Israelites, 2/3. They're going to be caught up in that as well. because they refuse to serve the Lord. And so let's see. It shall come glory. Well, I don't want to read that. So we're gonna go to, let's see. Give me 1 second to see if I want to get this precept. I'll turn right to the page. 6 and 10. All right, so here is. Do I want to? No, I don't want to get that precept. So we're gonna get on Esau ass, bro. That's what we finna do. Cause these curses is wearing this nigga out, and that's good. Cause this is time to fall. Is it 30:7? Deuteronomy 30:7. It says, and the Lord, thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecute thee. And so all these curses are coming upon our enemies, like how we just read in 1 Thessalonians 6. The Lord's going to recompense, which means payback, tribulation unto them for troubling us. Because, the Lord had this happen by design, and many of you niggas would say, well, why would you serve a God that would do that? To be honest, if we know that all the gods of the other nations are idols, but let's just say if they did live, guess what? Those guys would fuck them up for worshiping something else beside them. You're not finna be a God and have people or a people worship you, and then they turn their back on you. No, that ain't how it works. And that God still wants them. They don't want nobody else worshiping them. That's what's going on. So anyway, what was I reading? Deuteronomy 30:7. So let's go to that's not Leviticus, Numbers. That's what I want. Where is it? I gotta find it. Give me 1 second. We'll come near. Damn, where is it at? Slocky. Yeah, let me find this real quick. All right, Slocky. It's Numbers 35. Give me 1 second. And 33. Am I still recording? Okay, good. All right, Numbers 35 and 33. It says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. And that was said unto the nation of Israel. Saying when we go to the land, we need to shed no blood, especially in Israelite. Other nations, we have wars with other nations and so forth, but Israelite, yeah, we're not supposed to do that. Unless he's a Mo, you know what a Mo is. I hope you do. Lucky. And then a Mo is, a homo. Anyway, let's keep getting right back on Esau ass. So we got that. So yeah, he's gonna have to be dealt with because he shed the blood of the Israelites on this land. So his blood gonna have to be shed. And back up. That's not to say to go out and start, doing what Edomites do to you. Like, and what I mean is they go out and shoot shit up, rampage, but don't do that. Don't target them. Don't do that. Their time is coming. Let the Lord break them down. And then if he use us to do it, hey, that's just what's up. That's just, something that happens. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So anyway, we gonna go to Let's get Jeremiah 30. Like I said, this ain't gonna be a long lesson. So Jeremiah 30, and I think it's like 10. Ooh, hold on. No, I can't go past that chapter. Hold on. Well, yeah, I ain't gonna read that anyway. All right, right here, Jeremiah 30 and 7. I'm getting to it. All right, Jeremiah, not 7. Damn, Jeremiah 30, not 7. That's talking about Jacob's trouble. Let's start right here. Let's start on down. Let's start where it says, "I will not make a full end of thee." We're gonna start right here. For thus, Jeremiah 30 and 12. It says, "For thus saith the Lord, thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous." It says, "There is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up. Thou hast no healing medicines." And that's talking about both northern and southern kingdom of the nation of Israel didn't have any remedy. You know, they didn't have a healer. You know, it says, "For their my bad, all thy lovers have forgotten thee," talking about the other gods. "They seek thee not, for I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy, with the chastisement of a cruel one, for the multitude of thy iniquity, because thy sins were increased." So this cruel one is Esau Edom, so-called white man, you know, with the wound of an enemy. And the enemy are the Edomites. They're the top enemies of the nation of Israel, are the Edomites. Now, it says, verse 15, "Why criest thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thy iniquities, because thy sins were increased. Son of my daughter, I have done these things unto thee. Therefore, all they that devoured thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them shall what? Go into captivity." That's what's getting ready to happen. They're getting ready to go into captivity and serve the Israelites in the kingdom of heaven. After the nuclear destruction, the ones that's left, they're going to get to work. Now, when I'm saying left, I'm not talking about here in Babylon, America. I'm talking about Europe and other parts of the world. Yeah. And really all nations are going to get it. All right. Yeah, so let's keep reading. I ended out with this precept. It says, "For I will restore health unto thee." So the Lord's going to do this for the nation of Israel, because we are wounded. Our medicines were incurable. But our Lord, you know, He's the cure. He's going to provide the cure. It says, "For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord, because because they called thee an outcast, saying, This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after." So this was a plan the whole time. You know, let the name of Israel be not in remembrance. Oh, let me get that. That's what I was gonna read earlier. When I was like, "Oh, I gotta read that," but yeah, now it's coming out. Give me 1 second. Damn, what was that? Mine went blank. Oh, Psalm 80, 83. That's what happened. That's what I was looking for. Give me 1 second. Bear with me. pages are sticking. All right, so Psalm 83. It says, I get the main point. It says, damn, I started to. For lo, thy enemies, Psalm 83 and 2. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult. It says, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones, which are the Israelites. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And that's what they done. It says, for they have they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, so-called white people, and the Ishmaelites, which are the Arabs, of Moab, which is Chinese. It says the Hagarenes, which are so-called Africans. No. Yeah, so-called Africans, because Hagar. And then it says, because she was a so-called Egyptian, which those are the sons of Ham. Anyway, it says of Moab, which I said the Chinese. It says Gabal and Ammon. Gabal is more, I think it's Africans. And Ammon, of course, is Japanese. And Amalek. Amalek is the small hats, the Ish people. It says the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, and so all these nations, they came together. Man, look, they ain't gonna remember that they're Israelites. We're gonna strip that away from them. Yeah, that's what happened. Let me see what time. And so I'm gonna close it out with this. Hey, Esau's getting ready to pay, and you know what? I'm gonna close it out with this. Wasn't closing with that one, but no, let's get this Ezekiel 25. And I'm gonna close it. Yeah, Jake, not Jake. Yeah, Jake is getting ready to get payback. And Esau got to pay, So Ezekiel 25 and 12, it says, thus said the Lord power, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended, and revenged himself upon him, because they was in captivity at one point of time, and but they came right back into power. That's how they got, they're taking vengeance, and certain cruel things that they've done to us also. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of the Dan shall fall by the sword. It says, and I will lay my vengeance on Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord. So yeah, Esau Edom's about to get touched. He's about to lose it all. So Lord will, this is an edifying lesson, and he's gonna get his ass beat. I hope this is an edifying lesson, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakudash, Shalom.